Welcome to Salento with Love. I'm Davide Mengoli. August 2022. I say we because there's so many of you watching now and commenting and following the journey. So I would like to say we are in a beautiful spot in one of the most beautiful little towns, not too far from the seaside, in an upstairs property, thinking about what this journey is going to be like. Now, every remodel, every refurb, it's a journey. And just like every journey, you want to make sure that the planning, the vision, the strategy is in place before you start or you set off on the journey. And that's exactly what we do. In this particular case, this property was purchased totally remotely. And when I say remotely, from the other side of the world, I literally mean the down under. So, well, you know, down under. And this is a very interesting property because it's 3 property in one. A unit upstairs and 2 units downstairs in a little alley, very private cul-de-sac with very quiet neighbors, with a roof terrace, or several roof terraces actually, giving an amazing quality of life once it gets fully refurbished. Now, the idea of this series of videos regarding this particular property is not to document every single little step. I know that you've been spoiled with some other series where you've seen every single step of the way. Well, I think with so many projects going on at the moment, I would like to capture the essence of some of those moments, and then perhaps all together, years down the line, we can look back and see really at the beauty that we have delivered, the energy, the life that we've actually brought back into some of these abandoned or forgotten places. Now, I also sometimes talk about forgotten beauty because sometimes we can really forget about beautiful things. Sometimes we've got too many, and sometimes we put it away and we think, oh, we'll go back to that. And then we'll put another beautiful thing away and we'll go back to that. Eventually we have a stack of beautiful things that they're all been put aside for that one day. Well, that one day has now arrived because a lot of the real estate properties all over Italy that were put away because of a change of life, a change of style, people moving away, people searching for another life, have now given us the opportunity to go and pick up from that storage of beauty that was created over the last 50 to 100 years. So we are standing in one of these properties. Some light renovation have already started in one of the units and we will explore. But like I said, the idea of this series is not to document every single step, but it's actually to capture the essence. So I think it's definitely time to capture the essence of this amazing 3-in-1 property in the heart of Galatone. Let's go and explore it together. Well, I did say it was a 3-in-1 property. The sound has definitely changed as a result of stepping outside. But we have a property there with some work already that are taking place. We have another property there where that big garage door is. And then we have the one upstairs where we started our journey. So I think it would be a good idea to start our journey upstairs and explore the upstairs area, which has got that beautiful Juliet balcony up there, which it lends itself to some amazing evenings where you're standing in front and you're just having a glass of wine. But beautiful, this cul-de-sac with beautiful vegetation, some greens and some historic elements really all around you. So these properties are actually embedded in one of the oldest part of town. Now the first thing we see, apart from being really steep, we've got this beautiful pietra leccese stone. There are not that many stairs actually. There is only probably about 15 steps taking us up here. Wow. And I love the ground here. This floor is with the original chianche, you know, the pietra leccese slabs. And what we have in the background, apart from my sitting area where I started the video and where my GoPro was sitting, we have this wonderful really view of the courtyard. Well, this door obviously, as you can see, has seen better days. And I love the metal work on it. It could probably be recycled. We'll see what happens. We've still got a long journey here, but nice to see what they call the old original scudi here. And that's the view into the courtyard. A very spacious room with a lot of light here. How is it gonna plan out? Well, we'll see it. We have another room here, also with these original floors. And it's interesting, when this property was purchased, the first thing I noticed was the fact that the ceilings had been refurbished already. This brought joy to my eyes because the idea of redoing a whole roof terrace that is falling down in the Centro Storico, where it's pretty hard to get to, it's quite daunting. So probably this property, I wouldn't even consider it to be a candidate or a purchasing property if the ceilings or the roofs were still old and falling. So also very good and very important when you're looking at a property is to see the condition, especially the structural condition of a property, because there's a lot of changes that you can do internally, but when it comes to heavy duty construction work, sometimes in the Centro Storico you are a little bit limited and the cost can escalate quite a lot. So we've explored this room, we've explored that room, and then also here the roof has been redone, but again this wonderful floor that can be polished and brought back to life again. Interesting that the ceilings are not too high, so that would allow us potentially to think about just a good air conditioning unit system in the 3 areas that will give us enough heating and cooling. A beautiful fireplace which we'll explore and see the possibility of using again. And then another storage area over there. Now, do we have a roof terrace above us? Yes. But we want to explore it in this video because access to that roof terrace at the moment, it's been closed because there's a lot of blocks there. It's something that it's been done and needs to be cleared up. But I think we can explore the rest of the building. So we'll go back down again. And we're gonna go inside this unit here. And wow, this is another amazing space. Now probably the garage door was put there because the guy owned all 3 units. So yeah, so this property was turned into a dwelling next door with the garage just here. And what a beautiful area. I mean, you can bring so much light. Also interesting features that you come across in this property. That is a cistern. There's still water inside. Should we just hear it? Let's have a look. Wow. Yes, this is a cistern and it's full of water. So maybe a useful feature to have, just to know that it's all hollow underneath the house. Then we have another room here, which it's so spacious as well. I wonder what this room is going to become. And then as we come through here, this is exactly the same footprint of the one upstairs. Then we have another room here where some work has been carried out with a fireplace over there and a beautiful courtyard. Now, it's not a huge courtyard, but it gives you some outside living space, which is great once it's cleaned and refurbished. But I love to see some of the features. This is amazing, this courtyard, so ancient. Can you see that pipe there that's in clay? And that's really, really old. but also you can tell by the blocks that have been used to build the house. That must be the original septic tank just under here. Oh, yes, it is. Oh my God. Wow. It's quite large. So what a beautiful unit this downstairs, giving us a nice light at the top there. I absolutely love it. It's just great, you know, what you can do with this. You can have a nice bedroom over there with an ensuite bathroom, or with a bathroom just by opening that there. That could be a kitchen. This could be a really relaxing lounge area. And then this window overlooking into the courtyard is absolutely amazing. So we're just back outside. Unit number 1, unit number 2, unit number 3. But unit number 3 really is where some work is being carried out already. So all the plaster has been removed from all the walls. We've got this beautiful star-shaped ceiling here, which will remain, and is a double star-shaped ceiling. And then these wonderful walls going all the way around. And as I go through here, this is the bedroom area. Even in here, it's just all the plaster has been taken off, exposing this wonderful stone, which has all the joints have been stitched together. It looks absolutely amazing. I'm going to turn the camera around because I think the surprises are not over. So looking at this stone is absolutely special, but also looking at the cementina floor, I know that they're very dusty and there's still some material on there which will be cleaned and removed. But looking at this stone together with the cementina floor is definitely a massive plus. Look at this, amazing. And this is also another cementina floor. It's interesting, you see these big pipe works here. Well, they came out of here because this room as well had a cistern. Look at that. So before the actual water from the town came to a lot of these houses, cisterns and wells were the only way of having water. So these flat roofs were collecting a lot of the water, and then the water will come down gushing, filling these up, and then they would have either a bucket pulling it out or a pump pulling it out. Now this now a beautiful open space area. It's going to be servicing this wonderful property here with access to the beautiful courtyard that we've seen, a fantastic bedroom, a bathroom which is getting created over there, and then a beautiful fitted kitchen. You see the black there, that was the chimney, the sewer that is stuck to the walls. So that's going to be hacked off, and then some plasterboard will be applied, because it doesn't matter how many layers of plaster you apply to that, you're never going to get that off. It will always seep through. So whenever you come across situations like that, always a good idea to cover it with some board, always. So here we have access to a wonderful little courtyard with an additional room that can service as a laundry room just on the background there. But we're going to go upstairs. And here we are on the rooftop. Well, having an outside space is always a big plus. We're overlooking into this beautiful courtyard again. That's the door that we saw earlier that I said I can't go through. So technically, yes, I could go up the stairs and taking you onto that rooftop, which will take us even higher and higher. That gives us access to that one floor up. So you could come through there and have access to this wonderful rooftop. And as well, you can have access through the property over there. And then you've got another rooftop at the top there. And then overlooking one of the most beautiful buildings here. This palazzo here on the background, and one of the most ancient frantoi or oil mills back in the 17th century. This was like a gold mine producing oil in large quantities that was getting shipped all over Europe. Now, I think as a first episode, and I don't know how many would follow, it's been great sharing this with you. It's part of a journey. We don't know sometimes where the journey can take us, but it's good to be on the journey. So I really have appreciated the opportunity to share this with you, to be part of the journey and to make beautiful transformations to this property. I hope you've enjoyed this first part of the journey. on their 3-in-1 beautiful property right embedded in the heart of Galatone. What can I say? I hope you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. Oh yes, comments, I always like them. And stay safe wherever you are.